In this video, you'll learn how to change an adverb clause to a phrase. Most adverb clauses use words like while, after, before, or since, then followed by a subject. Let's use she. And then a verb. We'll use eat. And we'll put this in the past tense. Ate. Here's the subject, and then here's the verb. Comma, you use a comma at the end of the adverb clause, and then the main clause. Before she ate, she washed her hands. You can change the sentence. Before she ate, she washed her hands. And instead of using the subject and the verb, create a phrase. Before eating, comma, she washed her hands. You can only do this if the subject and the verb in some ways match the subject and the verb in the original idea, in the original clause. Before she ate. This is the subject and this is the verb. This is in the past tense, this is in the past tense, and the subject in each sentence or each part of the sentence is the same. Before he left the house, he said goodbye. This is the main clause. There's a subject and there's the verb. And this is the adverb clause that describes when he said goodbye. So all of this is modifying the verb said. You can change the sentence and eliminate the subject and the verb in the clause. Instead of using these two, substitute the word leaving. You can use that ing word in place of the subject and the verb. Before leaving the house, he said goodbye. Or, he said goodbye before leaving the house. She hasn't found a job since she came to the United States. This is the adverb clause that describes the verb here in the present perfect tense. And this is the verb in the adverb clause. Here's the subject, and then there's the verb. It would sound better in this sentence to use the phrase, make a phrase here, since coming to the United States. She hasn't found a job since coming to the United States. This sounds better, sounds more natural. You can also reverse it and say, since coming to the United States, she hasn't found a job. After they lived in Illinois for 20 years, they moved to Arizona. Here's the adverb clause, and all of this describes the verb move. In this case, it would sound better to change this and make a phrase with the word living. After living in Illinois for 20 years, they moved to Arizona. This sounds a little better than the first version of the sentence. Here's one more example. This is the main clause of a sentence. He shouldn't talk on his cell phone. If I want to add on to this, when he shouldn't talk on his cell phone. This is the main verb. What could you add on to the sentence? He shouldn't talk on his cell phone. I'm going to use the word while. While. And then right here, you can use the adverb clause or a phrase. He shouldn't talk on his cell phone while he drives. This would be the adverb clause, or while driving.